Hey, what is up guys? Guitar here, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Okay, so Happy New Year. I think this is going to be the first video that I'm releasing as of 2021. Now, let's talk about the shops, alright? I just want to make a video talking about this particular Paimon's bargain shop, and the Spiral Abyss have resetted as well, and we have all those changes applied to us. Okay, let's talk about, this amazing Fischl and Xiangling right here. Is it going to be worth buying? And I think a lot of you know, alright, Fischl and Xiangling, they are both very good. One of the best 4 stars in the game, like support wise. I mean, you can make them main DPS as well for sure. Fischl has that potential, same goes for Xiangling. And the weapons, they are pretty good as well, the Blackcliff weapons. Okay, so before we talk about the characters, let's talk about the weapons first. The Blackcliff longsword, I do think this is going to be really good on Kea. Now, I did a video recently talking about Kea and his potential of getting 100% crit rate. Now, ideally, I still believe, based on a lot of calculations and a lot of people have proven, that going 1:2 ratio for crit rate and crit damage is going to give you the most output in terms of your damage, right? So you could sacrifice a little bit of crit rate instead of going black sword and go for something like a Blackcliff longsword, and this is going to give you crit damage. Now I believe if you can like level 90 this weapon, you're gonna get like what, 50% and above crit damage, and crit damage is quite rare on swords. As far as I know, Harbinger of Dawn is one of the few 4-star swords that have that, right? And I don't think there's many weapons that have this crit damage as the main stat right here. So do keep that in mind. This is going to be, I think, potentially really strong on Kea. So if you decide to main Kea or you're running a freeze com with that cryo set, so this will be a good weapon for him. Now, as opposed to the other ones, alright, we have the Blackcliff Slasher, we have the Pole right here, and we have the Blackcliff Agate. And I do think this Agate might potentially be good for someone like Klee or Ningguang, main DPS, right? Because it gives crit damage. If you have very high crit rate, you can always use this on your weapon to substitute and give you more crit damage in return. And the Blackcliff Warbow potentially might be strong on Ganyu, I'm not too sure. I would hold off from buying this first if you guys want to see, what sort of role will Ganyu has in place. She might be a better support than a better DPS, right? So in that case, I think Stringless is going to be better. But as from what I've seen on her skills, she might be potentially a good main DPS as well. Since she relies on her charge shot a lot, this might potentially be good because this will give her crit damage. Okay, Fischl and Xiangling. This is going to be a bit complicated. Let's talk about Fischl and Xiangling. And if you don't have them yet, I mean, you should have them, right? Because both of them are literally free. Fischl is from the Meteor event previously. Xiangling you can get for free if you reach Spiral Abyss Floor 3, Chamber 3. If you somehow missed the previous Meteorite event for Fischl, definitely buy her from the shop. Sorry about the baby screaming in the background, I have no idea what's happening. Alright, let's talk about Fischl's Constellations, because this is where it gets really interesting. I do think that her best constellation is at C6. Alright, so extend the duration of Oz's presence on the field by 2 seconds. That one is like whatever. Oz is longer on the field. But what makes it good is this one. Alright, Oz attacks with your active character. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to put Fischl on the field. Alright, whoever that's attacking with Fischl being in the party, alright, she will basically deal 30% of Fischl's attack as electro damage. You're gonna get bonus electro damage every time your character attacks. So this is going to increase your DPS output exponentially. So I do think this is the best constellation on her. You've probably heard it before. C6 Fischl is just insane. So consider buying this if you're already at C5. Like for me, I'm at C4, so I might want to wait for a bit. Yeah, if I have Fischl at C5, I'm definitely going to buy this for C6 for sure, because this is super worth it. Now the rest of the constellations, I don't think it's super worth it. C1 is more of if you're using your Fischl as a main DPS, alright? Basically, when Oz is not on the battlefield, when your Fischl attack, you will deal 22% extra attack damage. So this is good if you plan to use your Fischl as a main DPS and just constantly using the arrow and shoot. Other than that, not too useful as a support. The second one is pretty cool. You deal additional burst damage of 200% attack. This is when your Fischl uses the E, right? and the AoE increase as well when you first summon Oz into the battlefield. Alright, Constellation 3 just increased the 3 skill level into Knight Rider. Constellation 4 is pretty good as well. Alright, so Midnight Phantasmagoria basically deals extra 222% electro damage. And when the skill duration ends, your Fischl heals a little bit, which is weird. She can heal now, but yeah, you're gonna have a healer anyways. And this one basically just increases the skill level. So all her constellations are going to be pretty good actually, but if you're buying from her shop, you're using this masterless star glitter thing, I do think that you want to consider only buying it for C6, alright? Because there might be someone better from the shop next month that might be more worth it in the long run. Alright, let's talk about Xiangling then. Xiangling, okay, as you can see, I have a C5 Xiangling. Am I going to buy for C6? Definitely not. I do think Xiangling's constellation are going to be less useful compared to Fischl's one, but that's because I do think that Fischl is overall a better support because Goba is just really weird. When you place down Goba, enemies leave that particular spot, your Goba will end up hitting the air for no reason. Okay, so that's the one downside of using the Goba versus Oz. So opponent hit by Goba will have their pyro resistance reduced by 15% for only 6 seconds. I think this is a little bit short. I just wish it was like 8 or 10 seconds. The second constellation is the last attack in a normal attack sequence applies the implode status onto the opponent. This is basically like a pyro damage, alright, to the enemy. And then we have C3, we basically increase your pyro nado level by 3. C4, increase your pyro nado's duration, very good for sure. And then C5, increase your Goba's skill level by 3, and the last one is for the duration of Pyronado, all party members receive 15% pyro damage bonus. So this is like, C6 is only good if you pair her with another fire, but ideally you want to do that because she does give, since she's a very good support and she does give like a pyro resonance, right? 25% increased attack, and also this particular thing which is 15% pyro damage bonus can be good for sure if your main DPS is like Klee, Diluc or something like that, or Bandit even. I don't think it's like a must have, you know, 15% is good like I mentioned, but when you use pyro, most of the time you want to rely on reactions more, right? You want to rely on doing melt, doing vaporize. So I do think that this is a little bit wonky, like it's going to be weird unless the enemies are like ice, cryo slimes or Fatuis. In most cases, you probably won't be able to benefit from this as much. Okay, so let's go back to the shop. Overall, in my opinion, alright, in my humble opinion, I will only buy Fischl for the C6. Alright, I won't even bother for anything else. If you have a C5 Fischl, you want to buy one more, go ahead. Buy the C6, get your Fischl to C6, and I do think it's going to be pretty good. As for Xiangling, it's going to be a bit risky. Here's the thing, right? Fischl is currently on the event shop. If you still want, you can pull for her, but I don't think it's worth buying Xiangling because I have a feeling she's going to come out in the next banner. Alright, this is just a hunch. So it's definitely more risky buying Xiangling than Fischl for sure, because you know that Fischl is going to leave. You know that if you can't pull anymore, or you're trying not to hit the PT to get Albedo or whatever, so buying her might be worth it to get to C6, otherwise you can skip this banner for sure. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts. C6 Fischl, Xiangling I don't think is worth it. She has decent constellations, not gonna lie, but like I said, even in the Spiral Abyss they have changed that pyro damage is not strong anymore. You sort of need to use Geo now for the bonus damage, so not sure how that will affect things moving forward. And as for the Blackcliff weapons, definitely you can consider this as well. Alright guys, so that is going to be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the event shop in January 2021. Are you guys going to purchase any of these? As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. And yeah, Happy New Year, have a nice day, goodbye.